So how are these miracles depicted? Are they acted out or are they spoken of, or how does it work in the movie?
Various ways in the movie. We have one case involving a woman named Barbara. It's my favorite miracle. Oh, Barbara, well documented, Mayo Clinic records. Barbara was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis as a teenager. She deteriorated rapidly. She had multiple hospitalizations, multiple surgeries, to the point where her doctor said she is the most chronically ill patient I've ever encountered. They put her in hospice. They said, we're just going to let her die next time she gets pneumonia because it's just postponing the inevitable. So this is 7 or 8 years later. She's in hospice at home. She has a tube in her throat so she could breathe. She's lost control of her urination and bowels. She's lost her eyesight. She just sees gray shapes. She's curled up like a pretzel physically. Her fingers are touching her wrists. Her feet are extended. One lung is collapsed. The other lung is at 50%. And somebody called the Christian radio station in Chicago and said, hey, pray for this poor woman. She's on her deathbed. So we documented that at least 450 people began praying for Barbara because they wrote letters saying, I'm praying for you. So on Pentecost Sunday, 1981, she's in her bedroom. 2 friends are reading her some of these letters from people praying for her. And Barbara, from the corner of the room where nobody was, hears the voice of God say to her, my child, get up and walk. So she rips the tubes from her throat and says, go find my parents. I want them here for this. God just told me to get up and walk. So her friends run up. She jumps out of bed. She told me later, I said, what's the first thing you noticed? She said, first thing I noticed, my feet were flat in the floor. I hadn't walked in 7 years. My feet were rigidly extended, and now they were normal. And the second thing I noticed, my hands came uncurled and were normal. And then she laughed. She said, the third thing I noticed, I could see. She said, you think that'd be the first thing I noticed? It was the third thing I noticed. But she was instantly healed of the effects of multiple sclerosis instantaneously. Wow. The funny part was, it was on Pentecost Sunday. She went to a Wesleyan church, her family, in Wheaton, Illinois, and they said, let's go and thank God. There's a service tonight. So they go. They arrive late. And they're coming in the back, the front door of the church, and the pastor's up front, and he says, anybody got any announcements? And Barbara, who nobody had seen out of a wheelchair in 7 years, starts walking down the center aisle. And the place erupts with people singing, Amazing Grace, I once was blind and now I see. So the next day she goes to one of her doctors. She's walking down the corridor. He said later, I saw her walking to my office down the corridor. My first thought was, oh, she died and that's a ghost, because this is medically impossible.
Yeah.